Welcome to the circus. I'm Johnny. Align with me for the good of the colony. I also want to tell you about the housing issue. I don't want to be here that long. I think this is a fast video that I can if I want to. Ultimately, the reason why we have an issue with renting issues and all of that type of stuff, it is basically because people who do not have ownership of that would mean that it's something that doesn't affect them whatsoever. You have a lot of people who own um, housing units, complex, whatever. They make a lot of money for it, and ultimately, they just if it's a corporate thing, they also understand that they cannot handle the roaches because that would have to be tenting the entire building. And when it's a complex, a whole ass fucking house, with a shitload of a complex with apartments, they wouldn't even they wouldn't even start on that. I would tell you that much. We have that basically every big old complex. You're probably gonna have roaches because they will not tent that. That's almost impossible. Everyone is supposed to pay a certain amount of money. If they do not tent it, then they have to just spray based on the each apartment because that's easier from putting you in a hotel. Can you imagine if they put you all of your asses in a hotel? That's like not enough money. The issue that they're thinking about is because straight up, a lot of people, ownership, I mean, because renters, a lot of people know that it's not theirs. So they pay for someone to take risks for this place that I live. So I wouldn't really value this because I don't actually own this. I live here, but I don't own it. So I don't need to maintain a very clean house because it's not mine. The renter has the same idea where it goes, well, these bitches are not gonna even take it appropriately clean. They don't won't give a shit about it because they also don't own it and they're not gonna think about that. So if I'm gonna get that from everyone, then why should I take care of this? Because that's the people that we're gonna be having people pay for me. So they don't see you. Both of you, you have all of us has a sense of leeches both ways. The one who owns it is more of a leech than the other. Um, it's a business instead of whatever they're thinking of. They limit the amount they do it. They're still the same way a billionaire is, which is I just want as much money as possible. I will just spend as little as possible so that I can make sure I still have enough for my yacht, for my house, for my boat, whatever it is. And then they know that you're not even going to take care of it, so I don't really care. So ultimately, that's what you have for the entire system of rent versus mortgages and all of that. I still think there will be people who own a house and they still don't take care of it, but that's a rarity. For most people, if they own something, they want to spend as much possible to maintain it as efficient for the good shit going to it, so it works better. I live there. I know what I want to live with, so I'll maintain that. There will still be people who don't take care of this because that's just humans. There will be certain people who don't take seriously on maintaining their human life. That will happen everywhere. But it's just mostly for landlords and corporations. They will not give a shit about it at all because capitalism has taught everyone that we want to barely spend on anything for your business. They want you to make sure to have as much profit as possible. It has profit has been optimized to the max, and everything else doesn't even matter, honestly. So they don't even know about the sense of business. I don't know how you would mean. A lot of people would be like, "Oh, you have to be financial illiterate, and you want to know about business and all that." But that's very different from what we have in capitalism right now. Um, if you had a really true business, it would be, "Oh, I want to make sure that people have the shit that they want, and I want it to last as long as possible," because they would have done that in the 50s and 60s, and maybe even a little bit of the 70s. Since the 80s, since Reaganomics, everything went to shit. So no, everything is obsolete. They literally create that in all of the things we have. So nothing actually is efficiently built for businesses right now because everything is based on capitalism. That is why the landlords these days are very leechy, and they're very bullshit because they actually don't know true business. They know what they're telling in whatever university they're doing, but they also are there on profits only. So everything is based on profit instead of efficiency. And I'm not an educator. I am just telling you from the patterns that I have noticed for everything. When you the laws that are there are not even always lasting. You probably have more rights as a squatter than you do from actually a tenant. I'll tell you that much. Currently, the place that I live has mold and has been leaking for many times, and the house has been breaking down because it's very old, and they don't really do anything until it's very demanding. So they don't fix it till it's broken is very much how they feel about everything. And I get that, but I don't know. You can still smell bullshit going on. All right. My apartment has mold because I found it in my shoes because I hadn't used those shoes in a while. I live in the south. It's very humid. I get it. I have a cold that I've had all summer, and my ears feel cold in the summer, which is an impossibility. That's an or oxymoron. You only feel your ears are cold when you have too much fluids in your ear. That means it doesn't know how to balance the sense of blood for maintaining the temperature of your ear. So I literally have fluids from my throat, nose, and ears. So everything is over there like that. I don't have a lawyer, and I can't afford another place at the time going right now. That I have no possibility of resisting this because I have no affordable for me to live somewhere else. Because if I were to resist this, I would be evicted. That's because there's a lot more rights for the um the businesses than they do for other one else, except for squatters, which I don't even know how that happens because I'm in a red state. Um, the only thing that they have is the 48-hour stuff, and I'm not even resisting that because she could still evict me. She can still evict me even for resisting this. Because she can bullshit anything that they want to, and most of the time it's just, it is what it is. Um, I don't know that I anticipate going to court for any of this because I don't have enough money for a lawyer. I'm just waiting that on if something happens where I am facing an eviction, and then I'll deal with that. I guess I am chatting about bullshit. Ultimately, as a society, we want to get to a point where, guess what? We don't even want people to have someone own it. and take from someone else's paycheck. That's how they make for their own mortgage. That sounds like a scam, and it is because our society is doing like that. That is profit has been the only thing that has mattered for all of the capitalism right now. I think that we literally have more houses than we do homeless people, and we can take care of things and we can fix things as people in general. In the next few years, we'll probably get to a point that, guess what? We don't want to have this option of fucking renting. It's really a scam. People count that as a job of taking from someone else's paycheck and for their rent. That goes to people for their house. So it's literally just bullshit. And that's why those people will not take care of that as a whole. Um, I don't feel the need to clean my bathtub because I get dripping piss for multiple months or a year. I'm not going to clean that because I'm anticipating you're letting this come down to piss. So, and I get it. There's always the whole house is breaking down. It's because they don't live there. And if I know that my landowner is also gonna bullshit it, why should I have to clean this? And it's a good idea to build habits that, you know what, I want to make sure that certain things of my life are clean so that I can anticipate. If I had a house, I would like to control and make things more flow and take care of the things that are there. But a lot of things you cannot do as someone who doesn't own the land. And tenants literally are paying all of this money, and they also don't get the place they live is not properly taken care of because they still see it the same way that you do as a tenant. So I don't like the way things are based on society because all of the land owners, they are just there to take from people's money. And I don't believe that everything should be for profit. I think there should be a baseline on humans, which is food, shelter, water, and education, and healthcare. Everything is easy to maintain because we've seen that they have so much money on this that it doesn't even make sense. The more we have all of these, the more efficient we would have as a society. And I anticipate that these things are going to be great once we, guess what? You need my money? Then I'm not going to pay for it. So why don't you rely on your government? Because you lobbied this. Why do I have to deal with this? You lobbied for this. And if you don't take care of what I want as the one who pays you, then I'll just fucking not pay you for it. And I don't have money, so someone has risk for everything. And I still anticipate that if people can just resist all of this, everyone has to figure this out because the whole society is based on a billionaires, a bunch of those having all of this money from people that will not help them in any way. It will just be their addiction. Then is what it is. If you, as someone who owns a land that you rent for somebody else, it means that you don't even have a job. If that's all your money, then you're also a leech because the people, you're like double wage theft. Okay. The people don't get paid enough from the company. And then you come over here and they just steal your money anyway. So everything is just bullshit. And yeah, everything fucking sucks. Um, build the habit now to understand how to take care of things. I get very cluttered because I have ADHD and autism, and I want to do better. And I'm trying to resist from other things that I get, like the library. I'm trying to limit all of that. I haven't been to the thrift store in a while because I don't like all the clutter that it is there. And I want to get to that point, but it takes a lot of energy that I don't have. And I resist the idea of having more energy based on taking a drug, because the only reason I was supposed to be productive for my whole life has to be to make money for these people who will not even pay me well enough anyway. So I don't know. I want to make sure that my life, I take care of the way things are. I'm not going to get it here, that I can fully take care of this because it's bullshit that someone owns it. And there's not even a bad, I don't have a bad landlord. The landlord is a nice person, but the whole system is fucked up. And even though I have a nice person here, it's still a fucked up system that everyone is part of. So I don't know. She's not a bad person. Um, she's also still addicted to money, and it's stressful for them and whatever they have there. That the whole system is based on that. If we could just straight up everyone keeps a house, for the vast majority, we'd have a healthier system of land and earth. We don't have that right now because a lot of people have no sense of taking care of things because it's not theirs. People own it and it's just their business. They just want their profit. There's people who live in it and they don't own it. So they can't even control it the way they want to anyway. So everything fucking sucks. Don't even get me started on HOA. Why would you even get scammed into that, man? Fuck that shit. I don't want that either. It's weird as fuck. It's because of racism. Duh. So get rid of that. Yeah, I was just chatting about all of that, and I want to be done for that for the time being. I have other thoughts going on. Is what it is. I've been saving a lot of stuff for all of the bullshit that goes on. I don't even. So I'm anticipating whatever happens because landlords are leeches. As a whole, the person is not even a bad person. It's just in a system where people also everything suffers, then I don't know what to do for you. Like, I don't know. You could uh let go of all the capitalism, like I'm telling everyone to do, but is what it is. People take the type of life they want to be in. I'm ready to believe in better shit, and I'm gonna let it go to that way. Um, that's all I wanted to say. I guess I was getting a little bit diary on this one. This is a little journal entry on this one, but I just wanted to make sure it's there. Um, I don't think it's going to last like this forever based on all of the people in America. I think we can get rid of this entirely, and if people can take care of this shit, the better we can do this. We're gonna get rid of capitalism. I already got rid of capitalism. I'm abandoning it. I'm ready for everyone to take for hopeful stuff or sustaining their life, the earth, all that type of stuff. I anticipate for we're not even going to have land. They're not going to be able to do rent. They're not going to be able to have mortgage in the near future. Maybe 10 years, but it's going to be good shit going on because I'm the type of soul who likes to stop bullshit. I like to close this shit down. Let's go make sure it's something that fucking works. Anyway, thank you for listening to this. Thanks for reading my journal entry. And I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Um, I'm autistic. I had to make sure you know this is a joke. And please subscribe to this. I'm a communist. I will be shadow banned at some point. And if you want to listen to my shit, you've got to put on the notification. I don't want to do here that often. Right now, I'm doing this twice a week videos, but I might do just a week. And I'm not anticipating this every day. Sometimes I have a short thing going on, so don't even, not even, I'm not even being here for forever. So you might want to put the bell on now. And see you the next time that I have a thing to talk about. Fuck. Okay, thank you. Bye.